Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's show. My name is Spencer Walsh, and we have a great show for you today. North Korea is threatening to call off. It's all off. It's all gone. The summit meeting with Trump after there has been South Korean and American joint military exercises they don't like, so that's not good. And we'll take a look at the fiction of a feminist CIA and how it surrounds Gina Haspel. Also a little bit on today's show, and Chris Cillizza. We'll tell you about the tale of CNN's Chris Cillizza. Is he Antifa? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe secretly Antifa, maybe secretly a woke bae. I don't know. We will find out about that. So it's all going to be fun. So you got to stay with us on the show, and this is my first show that I will be doing, that I am officially 15 years old this day, so that's very, very exciting. Kim, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get to here today. We got everything. So first, turning 15 on the 16th, and that's pretty alright. So anyway, no one's here to wish me happy birthday. Yeah, that's why I do the show by myself, because I'm a boss. Alright. Anyway, North Korea is obviously, as we know, negotiating with the USA for a possible peace deal. And one of the things they hate the most is joint South Korea-U.S. military training exercises. And that's what happened between the two. The United States and Korea a little bit earlier this week. Excuse me. They had signaled they had signaled they may be okay with making a big step towards peace and allowing these, and maybe showing some reluctance. But all of a sudden now they're suddenly flipped out, and it's sort of quite strange that they decided to do that. Because like it's very unlike them to be very predictable all of a sudden. Who knows? I mean, actually, that's exactly what they've been like the whole entire time. Anyway, yeah. Over this one, they just couldn't take it. They flipped out, and no one really knows why. But they had in the past kind of saying that they'd be maybe a little bit more open to it. As in doing this military exercise. I think it'd be very key. I think it'd be very important in a step to peace, because if you don't want peace, then if you think there's going to be peace, why are you doing military exercises? That's the question that I think North Korea would be justly asking the U.S. at this moment, because you do get their point. I mean, if you have the world's most powerful military helping out the person right below you and doing joint military training exercises right by their border, then it's a little bit problematic, and it's definitely going to be a little problematic if you're trying to negotiate peace with these two countries, and they've had a long time kind of feud with you. So there is that situation. So the warning was delivered early Wednesday in North Korea via its official government news agency, and it caught the Trump administration officials off guard and set off an internal debate over whether Kim was nearly posturing in advance of the meeting in Singapore next month, or he was erecting a serious new hurdle. So that's the question they're going to have to deal with now, is what's in the AMs? What's going on here? Yeah, they had signaled that they may be okay with it. I mean, the worrying thing is that, they have asked, this is what they have. They have, really gotten rid of one half of the State Department. They fired one half of the State Department and have a Tea Party congressman negotiating with them. It really is an incredibly unstable country like North Korea. That's what they have. We got half the State Department diplomats, pretty much all the best ones, they have been gotten rid of. And now literally all we have is them and a Tea Party congressman pretty much being like, the remaining members of the State Department, and pretty much a Tea Party congressman being like, hey, yeah, you guys want to do a deal or something like that? Hello, what's good? But it just seems like that's not a very productive way to go through things, and it's a little bit like, what in the world is going on here? I just do not get it. Yeah. So, the North Korean statement injected tension and uncertainty into really what have been months of warming relations on the Korean Peninsula, most notably between the summit meeting between President Kim and President Moon and Moon Jae-in of South Korea on April 27th, and they had that little meeting, which was a pretty big deal. And the confusion created by the statement also underscored the risks of Trump, Mr. Trump meeting with 34-year-old leader, whose smarter will be a battle of the limited brain cells. Who knows? So yeah, worrying. That's a worrying thing. We got Tea Party Congressman Mike Pompeo leading the State Department, and literally, like, half the diplomats they used to have, it's dead. And not even ambassador to South Korea, I don't believe yet. So that's the incredible thing. That's what happens when you get eliminated government. You don't get an ambassador to South Korea. Like, that's literally where we are at right now. Yeah, it seems like things have been getting nicer between the two nations, and this makes the U.S. really want to take a step back, and it's not surprising that North Korea has always been unpredictable and incredibly erratic, something negotiators have had to deal with for many years. Because, I mean, you do kind of get this tension with, I mean, the point they're trying to make is, the point the Trump administration is trying to make, it's like, oh, how amazing this, we've had 25 or however many years of supposedly the best diplomats in the world get it done, and you say, oh, we're so stupid, we come in and we're having a summit next month. I mean, you do get that kind of point where they're like, okay, how about there is a possibility they may be able to get something done here, but then they act all surprised and all shocked and chagrined when they really, when North Korea pretty much just yanks something back real quick, like they just did. And you're kind of like, dude, it's North Korea. And so say, pretty much, I'm imagining all the other diplomats for the U.S. or even South Korea that have negotiated for them in the past. It's just like, dude, you are a little bit worrying. So yeah, South Korean authorities and United States launched a large-scale joint Air Force drill against our republic, even before the ink on the historic Inter-Korean Declaration has dried. The official KCNA, Korean Central News Agency, I believe that's North Korea, we will be closely watching the attitude of the South Korean and United States authorities. The news agency said the drill, which was called Max Thunder, was a deliberate and military provocation that had violated the Inter-Korean Summit Declaration. That's what they declared, and the United States and South Korea, the North statement said, had mobilized 100 aircraft in the exercise to make a preemptive airstrike and win the air. So yeah, when they have nuclear weapons, it's pretty tough to win the air. But yeah, that's just the worrying thing. Like, what is going to be the future with this? We will be watching that obviously very closely. What will be the statement out of North Korea in response to President Trump? What will President Trump say? And he was obviously very well restrained, thank goodness, on this issue. From my knowledge, he has not tweeted anything yet this morning, although it's worth doing a quick check. And, I do hate doing this. I hate kind of like checking down Trump's Twitter live during a show. But when it comes to an issue like North Korea, it is a little bit worrying that we see this. No tweets. This is very good. We like that. No tweets so far. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, no tweets so far. Very, very good. Whoever's in there is keeping the shut down the internet, maybe, but you always got to keep him on Fox Events. Otherwise, he's just going to go really crazy. But yeah, no tweets so far in the North Korean issue. And obviously, that's something you're going to want to be watching throughout the day, and I'm sure the North Koreans will be checking in on as well. But as well, not surprising here what this development is. I mean, it's with North Korea, you really have to, again, expect the unexpected. I mean, here's the important thing. Here's the bottom line. Do not give up on diplomacy. I mean, is it that bad for stopping the military exercises even for a short period of time? I mean, you're trying to negotiate peace here. Why do you need more military exercises and more war for the purpose of defending yourself against North Korea, which is the country you're trying to negotiate peace with? All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll finish the story when we come back. This is the Spencer Walsh Radio Network. Your show will return in just 4 minutes.
Hendo on the beat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's show. We thank you so much for joining us here today. All right, yeah, so told you it'd be a little bit shorter than 3 minutes, but we still do have a little bit to do here on this North Korea issue. Senior officials here from the Koreas had been scheduled to meet on the truce border of Panmunjom, truce village of Panmunjom on their border on Wednesday to discuss putting in place an agreement to improve their ties and ease military tensions, building on the declaration signed by their leaders on April 27th. So it was supposed to be a summit that they were going to have on Wednesday, but that so far seems to be a little bit in jeopardy right now, just based on the actions of those two. So the Pentagon pretty much was like Max Thunder, which was the drill. It was just to maintain. It was an annual exercise to maintain the military readiness to defend South Korea. The defensive nature of these combined exercises have been clear for many decades, and it has not changed. Defense Department spokesman Colonel Rob Manning said, who talks pretty much exactly like that, because that's how, to my mind, all Pentagon spokespeople talk. Yeah, because that's how I think they talk. So that's just my guess. But anyway, so the Pentagon was like, this is to maintain pretty much readiness. Heather Nauert, the State Department spokeswoman and a former Fox News gal, that's what I always think of her,